Okay. So whatever you want to sell, we got to have a page of content for it. The total number of competing pages, that is the total number of pages inside the search results. So watch for just a minute because you guys can do this research at home. So if I'm looking for high efficiency air conditioner installation or AC installation in Dallas, Texas, there's 8.4 million pages in this drawer. So I would put the total number of competing pages here. The higher this number, the more content you need to have on this page. So again, I'm going to add in another metric. This is number of words. For a search term, service you want to sell in a high population city that has a huge competitive drawer of pages, you need to be in the top 5 of 8.4 million, then you need to have 1,200 to 1,500 words on this page minimum. That's your entry point. But if you're going after ductless AC service, and we're going to go to Cypress, Texas, there's only 98,000 pages in this drawer. Oops. Then I can get away with 500 words on this page. Every single, that's why when I said in the very beginning, if somebody says, well, are you ranking, do you have a Google friendly website? Are you ranking on page 1 of Google? I always hear dealers say, yep. For what? Because every single thing you want to take to market has a different price tag as far as what you guys bring in, whatever you bring in. So if your average ticket for ductless AC service is $400, drop $400 in there. If it's $800, I don't know what it is. Whatever it is, drop it in there. Then figure out, I want to sell more of this. How am I going to sell it? Go look at the competition for organics. If the competition is only 98,000 competitive pages, geez, please focus on SEO. But if the competition is 8.4 million, focus on SEO and pay-per-click. Why? Because pay-per-click is going to make you money right now. SEO is going to make you money in the future. You're going to need a little bit of time to become number 1 of 8.4 million other pages compared to number 1 of 98,000 other pages. Now, remember when I had the funnel and at the top it said, are you an option? And I said, this is either yes or no. Per phrase, the answer is either yes or no, and if yes, where? That is called a SERP position. If yes, where are you? Are you number 1 of 8.4 million, or are you number 5 of 98,000?
I like the contrast to real estate, Jen.
Shoot.
With basically it's about prime real estate. If you're thinking about drive count, if you're a restaurant or anything else, you just want to be in the best position, quite literally. And not just one position. If you want to own all 3 corners like Monopoly, that's the paid, the organic, the different placements, but it really is digital real estate. Sorry, Jen, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, that's perfect. So you just gave me another option, right? So Chris just gave you another scenario where this is for our most aggressive. You want to pay to play and you want to earn your way. I'm going to earn my way from an SEO ranking. So I'm going to earn my SEO spot. Oops. And I'm going to own page 1, position 1 on the SERP ranking. But I also am going to make sure I'm on Google Maps. And I also am going to make sure that I'm sitting at it as an ad on page 1 of Google. And you know what? I'm real serious about moving out or improving my rankings. I'm also going to do Google local service ads. I'm going to have one listing on Google local service ads in the very top. Then you're going to see my pay-per-click ad right under that. Then you're going to see my Google Maps listing under that because it's optimized. And then you're going to see me sitting on page 1 of Google. What happens in that scenario to a click-through rate? What's your percentage if you own the 4 positions on page 1 of Google above the fold when somebody searches? If I only had page 1, number 1 SERP position, if I only had this line right here, if SEO in the organics, if all I did was do content and SEO, I didn't have anything else, you would collect 31% of the clicks for everyone who searched for high efficiency air conditioning system in that particular city.
What I like about this chart, Jen, is it gives an understanding of how to prioritize efforts. When you walk into most marketing shops to hammer, everything's a nail. So they're going to just do what they're good at, not what your marketing plan needs as a whole.
Absolutely. So you guys look at how competitive this is. Let's say that your page 1, position 1 rank in organic position that's below the maps on page 1, you're number 1 of 8.4 million, you get 31%. And let's say you get another 12% of the search volume by being on Google Maps right above that. And let's say you get another, let's go 10% of the total number of search volumes that click through to your website because you're sitting on an ad inside the pay-per-click Google AdWords. And let's say you get another 8% of the total click-through rate because you also have a Google local services ad. If you combine these conversion percentages, that's 61% of the total monthly searches that are going to be clicking through to your website. Your click-through rate is going to depend on either your total impressions if you're doing pay-per-click, or on your SERP position where you rank on page 1 of Google if you're focused on organic. And this click-through rate is either advanced or diminished based on your page quality.